So we're here to talk about this cycle, which this is cycle day 5. Real quick, before we talk about anything that's going on, I'm gonna give a disclaimer that I'm not a medical professional, and even though I'm going to name some medications, I'm not recommending them. I'm not telling anyone to take something. I'm just telling you what I'm doing right now. So let's get going. Okay, so background, in case anyone is just now joining me. My husband and I have been trying to get pregnant for 4 years. And I've maybe ovulated once a year for these 4 years on the cycles where we did not medicate. And even though we've done 5 cycles so far where there were medications involved, and during 3 of those we had IUIs done, or intrauterine insemination, and all 5 of those cycles were Clomid 100 milligrams and then trigger shot and then either timing or IUI, and that's it. Last year in April I got a positive ovulation test at the end of April, and then found out I was pregnant 2 weeks later, and then a week and a half after that I miscarried. I have had a tubal ligation, and then I had that reversed. That was like way before all of this, so I should have probably said that first. I do have 3 children. They are getting older. One of them's already out of high school, the other one has 1 year left, and then my youngest is now in middle school this year. We've been trying for 4 years, and it's been very painful. It's been a very long process. At times I feel really relaxed about it, and at other times I feel so much pain that I can't even imagine going on any longer. So we were going to a fertility clinic, but it took me, after we moved here, an hour and a half to get there. So I decided I needed to find a new one, and so I asked my doctor here to refer me, and I ended up, it's only a half-hour drive now, at the new clinic, which we had our first visit yesterday. So basically I went in there already kind of having this cycle planned out. I just didn't know if they were going to agree to what I wanted. So we met with the nurse practitioner first, and she went over our history, and everything's good. Like, we've both had testing this year and we're both doing fine. And so it's like we're good to go just to get started, basically. I told her, as well as the doctor, that I wanted to do Femera, and I wanted to try timing this cycle, and that I wanted to start right away. And yesterday was cycle day 4, and he mentioned trying Medicated. That's how you pronounce it. So that's an injectable that is like follicle stimulating and luteinizing hormone. It's like that. So you basically take, like, what is it, Femera or letrozole for 5 days, and then the 6th day, like the day after you take the last Femera, is when I am going to inject myself with the Medicated, and I will be doing a video on that because it is a bit different than just taking a trigger shot and poking yourself. I also am having a trigger shot, and I will have a follicle scan on cycle day 12, and I am going to ask if I can record, but if they don't let me, then I will be getting printouts at least to show you guys what's going on, and then kind of explain what's going on, and you know, how things are looking, and then the trigger shot video will, you know, and then basically 2 weeks later we'll see if there's a period or not. And I'm extremely excited. I feel like this doctor really understands where we're coming from and how long we've been waiting, and how, like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to just, like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So I'm really relieved that it was only cycle day 4, and this cycle came 4 days early. I wasn't supposed to start until today. But luckily it was like cycle day 3 and 4, they'd really, if you have a nice doctor, it doesn't make much difference if you start on 3 or 4. Some of them even start on 2. It just like with these medications, like the Femera or Clomid, you can start anywhere between, I think, cycle day 2 and 5. So it wasn't a big deal to him, and he saw how anxious we were to get this, like, going and just try. And I'm very thankful that we found this doctor and that it's closer to home, and, like, I don't have the stress of driving an hour and a half to see a specialist. And yeah, so I get this crown back Friday, so I won't have that missing anymore. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I don't know if I explained everything right or even explained everything. Oh, yesterday they did their baseline ultrasound and blood work. They do that to make sure you're not already pregnant and that you don't have, like, PCOS or something like that going on that they have to treat first. And I'm not pregnant, and I do not have any cysts. My left ovary is always clearly visible. It's full of little follicles, and the right one, he can tell there's follicles, but it's very hard to see that ovary. It's, like, tucked in to my uterus, and there's, like, a bunch of blood vessels right there. It's like, if that ovary is stimulated, though, by these medications, then it will be a lot easier to see when I go back. And so I go back next Wednesday, so in a week from today, because now it's cycle day 5, and they're doing my ultrasound on cycle day 12 to check those ovaries, follicles. So I guess, yeah, my shot I'm doing Sunday. That's in 4 days. I'm gonna try to get the video up of that right away, but if I don't, it'll be, like, within a day or 2 of doing it. So this is all for this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited about this. I'm really excited. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And if you have, thank you. And thank you for all the support and love. Please visit me at Molly May Vlogs with underscores between the words at Instagram and Twitter. And this is it for now. So you guys have a great day, and God bless you.